Hello, Alex. I'm a former listener of your program. My name is Chris. I am a 33-year-old bookseller in a cheesy little corporate bookstore in Bangor, Maine. It's Bangor, not Bangor, just to let you know. I just watched your entire presentation on World War Z. Now, before you say anything, let me tell you that what you said in I believe it was "Don't Tread on Me" about people's sovereignty and whatnot. It was amazing. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I do agree that there is a global movement by a banking conglomerate to change the way we live our lives for their own benefit. But here you've gone too far. You've taken things deliberately out of context. And if you so would like, I have a copy of World War Z right here. Now, one of the first things you say is that it is the core of the book is a UN plan to lure zombies to specific areas to using humans as bait. Yes, it was. But that's not the core of the book. That happened in one chapter. And the South African plan, or the redneck plan, was used many times throughout the book. It was a horrible, horrible plan, but it needed to be done in the context of this fictional story. See, I understand your need to fight, this movement that you so believe in. I admire that, but it's just a book, man. The core of the book is not global enslavement. It's hope. The hope that no matter what is thrown at us, no matter what monster is thrown at us, that we will survive. Did you read the whole book? Did you? Or did you look through it and only find the passages that fit you? Let me read the first one that you mentioned. This one was of the wacko. Let's see. That's when the UN multinational force was created, and we were pleasantly surprised by how many volunteers signed up in the first week. We actually had to turn some of them away, put them on the reserve list, or assign them to train all the young bucks who had missed the drive across America. Now, when you put this on there, it made it seem like, in your context you used it, that the UN had taken over. That's not quite it. The idea was at the point in the story, this was the vice president who had become the president after, was showing how they were cleaning up zombies from the world. Let's see. I know I caught a lot of flack for going UN instead of making it an all-American crusade, but to be honest, I really could give a damn. America's a fair country. Her people expect a fair deal. And when that deal ends, it's with the last boots on Atlantic beaches, you shake their hands, pay them off, and let anyone who wants to reclaim their private lives do so. Why'd you leave that part out? Because that seems like once the soldiers had done their jobs, once Todd Wainio, which you quoted horribly in the book, or from the book, once Todd Wainio hit the American beaches and had killed a bunch of zombies and cleared out a bunch of areas, he was let go. Then he went back to Denver, Colorado. Let's see. Let's go to Todd Wainio then. It's like rarely like the Blue Moon. Rarely, we entered a zone where they were totally not welcome. In Valley City, North Dakota, they were like, "Fuck you, Army. You ran out on us. We don't need you." Was that a secessionist zone? Oh no. At least these people let us in. The Rebs only welcomed you with gunshots. I never got close to any of those. The brass had special units for Rebs. I saw them on the road once, headed towards the Black Hills. That was the first time I ever saw, since crossing the Rockies, I ever saw tanks. Bad feeling. You knew how that was going to end. You misquote that as thinking that he's all happy and stuff. You really need to listen to the audiobook and listen to how Mark Hamill delivers that line. Because Todd Wainio didn't like the fact that they left people behind, but they had to. It's a horrible part of the book, yes, but it's a book, man. It is a book. There's a lot of stories about questionable survival methods used by certain isolated zones. Yeah, so ask them about it. Did you see any? Nope, and I didn't want to. People tried to tell me about it. People who were liberated. They were all so wound up inside. They just wanted to get off their chests. You know what I used to say to them? Keep it on your chest. Your war's over. I didn't need more rocks in my ruck, you know. You misquoted a lot of things in there, and you left out a lot of things. Now, I know your crusade. I understand. I get into arguments that could get me fired every day at work because some idiot liberal or some douchebag Republican decides to tell me that the system is okay. It's not okay. But this book isn't a manifesto for war. It's hope. If anything, this book should be hope. World War Z should be a book about hope. Don't look at the zombies as our individuality. Look at the zombies as the global elite. How could you not see that part? You know why? Because you weren't focused on World War Z. You were focused on Brad Pitt. You were focused on Angelina Jolie. What you did there was wrong. I don't care what they've done. If they're bad people, they're bad people. But you took truth and you manipulated it. And you lied. You took a book, made it into be more, to attack two people. I thought you were better than that.